Hello, my dear. Come, sit beside me. Yes, here, close to Grandma. Do you know I love telling stories? Stories are like little seeds. When you listen carefully, they grow inside your heart. Today, I will tell you a very special story. It is about a garden. Not just any garden, but my secret garden. It was a place full of colors, flowers, butterflies, and a little bit of magic. When I was a young girl, I learned something very important there. Something about love, patience, and the magic that lives inside all of us. So listen closely, my dear. This story is called Grandma's Secret Garden. When I was a little girl, I lived in a small, quiet village. It was surrounded by green fields and tall trees. The birds sang every morning, and the air smelled fresh and clean. Life was simple then. No phones, no computers, no noise. Behind our little wooden house, there was a big piece of land. That was my grandmother's garden. We grew everything there. Flowers, vegetables, and fruit trees. Tomatoes, carrots, beans, apples, all kinds of things. But in one corner, there was a small gate, an old, rusty gate. Behind that gate was something special. My grandmother called it the secret garden. I was not allowed to go there alone. I always wondered why. It looked so beautiful, but mysterious too. Sometimes I saw butterflies flying out from behind the gate. Sometimes I smelled the sweet perfume of flowers I'd never seen before. I always thought, what is inside? Why can't I go there? One sunny morning, my grandmother called me. She was sitting on her old wooden chair, smiling. In her hand she held a small brown seed. She said, "My dear, this is a special seed. It's a magic seed. If you take care of it with love, it will grow into something beautiful. But you must be patient." I was so excited. A magic seed! I had never seen one before. So I took the seed and planted it carefully in the garden. Every morning, I gave it water. Every afternoon I checked on it. And every night, I whispered, "Good night, little seed. Please grow strong." Days passed. Nothing happened. The soil stayed dark and quiet. No green leaf, no sprout, no sign of life. After a week, I started to feel sad. I thought, maybe the magic isn't real. But Grandma told me, "Magic takes time, my dear. You must believe." On the 10th morning, something small and green pushed through the soil. It was tiny, smaller than my finger. But oh, how happy I was! I ran to Grandma shouting, "It's growing! It's growing!" She smiled and said softly, "Yes, see? Magic happens when you care." I continued to water it every day. Soon it grew taller and taller. It had shiny green leaves and strong stems. Then one day, little buds appeared, small and closed. And after another few days, they opened, beautiful pink flowers. They were brighter than any rose I had ever seen, and they smelled like honey and sunshine. I loved those flowers. I spent hours watching the bees and butterflies dance around them. It felt like the garden was talking to me. Every leaf seemed alive. One afternoon, Grandma called me again. She said, "You've taken good care of your plant. Now, it's time to see something special." She took my hand and walked me to that old gate, the one I was never allowed to open. Slowly she pushed it open. Inside was the most beautiful garden I had ever seen. There were hundreds of flowers, trees, and colors. The air was warm and full of sweet smells. There were butterflies everywhere, flying like tiny rainbows. And in the middle of that garden, there was a small pond. The water was so clear that I could see the fish swimming below. I turned to Grandma and said, "It's like magic." She nodded and said, "Yes, this is where I planted my first magic seed when I was your age. This garden grew from love, care, and patience." I looked at Grandma and asked, "But where does the magic come from?" She smiled gently and said, "The magic is not in the seed. The magic is in you. When you care about something, when you give it time and love, that's when it grows. That's real magic." I never forgot her words. Even now, when I plant flowers, cook food, or take care of people I love, I remember that lesson. Magic is not about tricks or spells. It's about kindness, patience, and love. Now, my dear, that garden still exists. It's smaller now, but the flowers still bloom. Every spring butterflies return as if they remember me. Sometimes I sit there and talk to the plants, just like I did as a little girl. And now, I tell this story to you, because I want you to remember something important. Whatever you do in life, do it with love. If you take care of your dreams the way I cared for my little seed, they will grow, slowly, quietly, beautifully. So don't rush, my dear. Be patient. Give love. And the world will bloom for you too.
Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed the story. Now, go and plant your own little seed, in the garden, or in your heart. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more sweet and simple English stories.